Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. Let's get straight into it. First of all, it's great to see towards the end of this month that Vulcan Energy Resources has been in the green. Last two charts I showed red, 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 but it's great to see that it's on an upward trend, as you can see, and hoping that continues moving into July, August, September, and far beyond. What I'd like to do today is just summarize some key news flows that Vulcan has released, and that again is a great sign. They continue to release very important news flows, which I think is again a great sign of company management, communication, etc. So first is the commissioning of the lithium extraction optimization plant. Announcement has come. They expect for that to be completed around August and then commissioned and operational in September. Now, why is this exciting? It's exciting because this will be, I think, first time European history that we start to witness tons and tons of lithium chloride concentrate being manufactured, which would then go from that plant to Vulcan's downstream optimization plant to be converted to lithium hydroxide. So this is really, really exciting because, as you recall, Vulcan uses a form of DLE, direct lithium extraction. And I think there's still a lot of concern out there on this technology being used at scale, although Vulcan has been piloting this and producing for plus 2.5 years or so. But I think it's really exciting because this is now going into demonstration mode, and I think it's really important for the global industry to see DLE work, because that just opens up huge possibilities across Europe and the rest of the world. Another really cool announcement, I thought, is appointing SLB, Schlumberger, to help with drilling additional wells and boosting production of geothermal renewable energy and the associated brine. If you don't know who Schlumberger is, I mean, they're a major geothermal but more petroleum industry engineering services company. Huge history, huge company, and I'm really grateful to see a company like that being appointed by Vulcan. So another great plus. What I also noted, if I read this correctly, is that there has been a little bit of director buying. One of the directors, Rania Al-Kadamani, according to the notification that I read, purchased over in excess of 25,000 shares. Okay, not huge, but still I think it's an excellent vote of confidence when you have directors buying. And just keep in mind that they already have a huge sum staked in this company already, so it's not really something you expect them to just keep buying and buying. They have limits as well, but this is positive. I found this to be very positive. Also, in addition to that, one thing I mentioned previously I like about Vulcan, I like the professionalism of the management and the approach to organization and communication. And this has been demonstrated again with the announcement that Francis Weeden will move to role of executive chair, and Chris Mourinho will move up to CEO. And again, this recognizes that a company is moving from a development company to an execution and operational company, and there is a succession structure, and it's well organized. In some companies that we've seen, that there's been tension between management, founders not wanting to let go, things like that. So when you see in any medium to large scale organized company seamless transfers of position, responsibility, power, and succession arrangements, that is a sign that it's a really, really well-run company and it's there for the long term. So yeah, that's a good one. Another thing I'd like to share, you'll see this on the screen, is and I got this from a colleague. You'll see their name just to acknowledge Hoops. Some relative valuations of different companies at different stages in their life cycle, and interesting to see where Vulcan is on this chart. You would say, just based on this chart, and please, this is not advice again, and these numbers have not been verified. It's just it's just somebody's calculation, but you'll have to do your own calculations. But based on this, you see that, you know, Vulcan is relatively modestly valued compared to some of these other companies. This ties into the stage we're in, moving into production, verifying at scale, this type of DLE approach works, etc., etc., etc. And I think what this chart is showing is huge upside in Vulcan's valuation as we move forwards. So I'm very bullish on that. Big theme again, commodities super cycle. I put a link here on an article by Benchmark Minerals. $920 billion needed to close the supply-demand gap between critical minerals produced versus needed. And I think there are many studies out there, but this is just again demonstrating that if we are going to transition and push towards net zero, and we have all these laws coming in by 2030 and beyond, 2035, etc., etc., we're going to need a lot more critical minerals. So it's another interesting sign. Then I got this other, my final chart that I'd like to show, and it just shows a relationship between commodity prices and equity valuations. And once again, going on to this theme of commodity supercycle, the current relationship looks pretty awesome for a commodities supercycle upside. So make what you will of this. Have a great weekend. Going to be doing a lot more posts on different companies I've been investing in, but as I've been mentioning, you know, Vulcan is one of my important investments, and it's a company I'm really impressed by. The technology I'm excited by, and it has wider ranging implications, ramifications for the industry as we move into more successful production, not just for the Vulcan as a company, but for other companies in this space as well, in production of lithium, especially from brines. And with that, wish you good health, great weekend, and till next time. Thanks.